President Trump, I think, would say that he's had a very fruitful trip to the Middle East. And his critics would say that he's had a very crooked trip.
Oh, they would call it fruitful for him.
Yeah, but the Boeing jet that everybody, especially on Capitol Hill, is talking about is the one that President Trump is getting from, as he says, a free gift, free in quotes, $400 million luxury jet that will be operated as Air Force One.
From Qatar.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people got a lot of issues.
And there are people defending it. Among them, I believe, is our friend Michael Knowles.
Yes, from the Michael Knowles Show, and you know him from Daily Wire as well. And he is joining us right now. Michael, welcome back.
Great to be with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So I got to tell you, Michael, my head has been spinning all week that to say this is a gift to the United States when this is going to go probably fly for a year because they're going to dismantle this thing at a cost of hundreds of millions of dollars. So Donald Trump can fly in it in 1 year. And then something you call Air Force One, all of a sudden, 1 year old goes to his library. That doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel like a gift to the United States.
Oh, well, I'm happy to join in the chorus of complaints about this. I guess my complaint is a little bit different. My only complaint about the Qatari gift to the government of the United States is that they're not offering us an even nicer one, you know? But the one they're offering us is pretty good. You know, it's pretty simply a gift to the United States in as much as Qatar is giving it to the government of the United States. It will be flown for a short period of time. Obviously, there will have to be a lot of safety inspections. They'll have to slap some new paint on the side, and then it will go to Trump's presidential
more
library.
than new paint.
Ronald Reagan got a plane.
Why is it going to the library? If it's going to be Air Force One, and the taxpayers are going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars
to retrofit
completely disassemble this jet and then reassemble it for security and other reasons. Why does it fly for 1 year and not just stay in the fleet and be Air Force One? Why is it going to his library?
Well, the reason that the plane has to come to the United States in the first place is because we've already ordered multiple Air Force One airplanes.
But not that one from Qatar. Not that one from Qatar.
No, unfortunately, Boeing has failed to make good on its promises to the United States and on its contracts. So Trump is saying it's preposterous for the United States to be flying a 40-year-old Air Force One.
It
and
works.
If Qatar is going to give us a $400
plane, Michael. It's a safe
and,
plane.
And what, again, this saying that it's a free gift is ridiculous. I mean, Michael.
How is it ridiculous?
No one knows more than President Trump the transactional nature of giving a gift, right? So
I'm
if
not
you
so
really,
sure about
you
that.
really believe that there are no strings attached and that there's never that the government of Qatar is never going to come and knock in and say, hey, remember that nice jet we gave you? And that there's not going to be some transaction?
No, not at all. Because what you guys are confusing this with, you seem to think that this is like Hunter Biden going around and accepting foreign bribes to personally enrich his family.
Oh, I think it's worse.
This is totally different.
I think this is worse. I think this is way worse.
How is this worse?
He is cutting basic programs for people to live where they can eat and where they can get health care. We're eviscerating Social Security. We're cutting diabetes research for children.
Social Security?
But,
President Trump isn't touching Social Security. That's crazy.
He's shut down 21 field offices in this Doge cut.
Yeah, we're cutting bureaucrats, but we're not cutting Social Security payments to
where
anybody.
you have to call in and say, I need my check, as opposed to, you have to go there rather
all that is
than
happening
calling
in the point, but there is money to retrofit a jet that is a
sure,
free
but how much
gift,
money is it?
And there's also money for
the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. How much does an Air Force One jet cost when you actually buy it from Boeing?
We're buying it anyway. We're buying it anyway.
We're still buying those.
But they're not supplying the airplanes. So
But
Trump is filling in a stopgap, and then
delayed.
it's going to the presidential library, just like Air Force One went to the Ronald Reagan presidential library.
Dude.
Nothing is unusual.
No.
The jet that went to the Ronald Reagan library was in service for several decades. They got the bang for their buck. We're getting 1 year, and it goes to his library.
Bang for our buck.
And when they took that plane, there was a new plane that Boeing had provided, the new 747. That's not a 747
that's what we're
at the
waiting on
Reagan
from Boeing
library.
right now. Guys, we've already ordered the planes from Boeing. They haven't provided them, so Trump is willing to...
So we're just using a middleman.
So let him use the damn 747 he's got right now, which works just fine.
You know, we are the United States, right? You know that it would be nice for us to have good, productive, impressive airplanes.
Okay.
And to Trump's point on this,
It would
he says,
be good.
we're
It
just
would
gonna
be
take the
good,
punt.
but it's not necessary.
Michael,
okay. Beyond the jet itself.
Can I just ask you something? Because
Yes.
I'm old now, and you know I hate to admit it, but I am.
Are you saying we're running out of time?
This
right?
is not the country that I grew up in and lived in as an adult.
Because we got a good deal on an airplane?
Hold on, no.
No.
I'm
Moving beyond the
looking
plane
broader.
now.
Okay.
We are
Broader
nuzzling up to Qatar, which is horrific when it comes to human rights. And I could give you a list, but we don't have time. Saudi Arabia, we're nuzzling up to Russia. We're nuzzling
But did you
up
just
now.
see the contradiction, Harvey?
We're nuzzling up to Syria right now. And we are attacking Canada. We are attacking France. This is not my country anymore, the country that I thought we had.
First of all, Saudi Arabia has been a U.S. ally for many decades at this point. This has nothing to do with
So
Trump.
long
But I
as they
think you
don't
just showed a contradiction
As
here.
long as they don't cut the heads off of journalists, right?
No, they cut, well, off of Saudi spies, like in the case of Jamal Khashoggi. But I think you've just shown a contradiction, which is you're saying Trump's cozying up to Qatar, and Qatar is going to expect something in return.
Did you see the Teslas?
Not one day.
Did you see the Teslas that followed him to the palace?
Tesla's a very, very prominent company. And a lot of people
You're
desire them.
smiling.
Wow.
You're
Michael,
smiling,
no,
Michael.
it just looks
No, it is.
ridiculous.
It's a very profitable company. But what you're forgetting, Harvey, is not one day after everyone's losing their minds that we're sucking up to Qatar because we're accepting a generous gift of an airplane, which is a good deal, not one day after that, Trump signs the biggest arms deal in history with Saudi Arabia, which is an enemy of Qatar. So which is it? Are we sucking up to Iran and Qatar, or are we sucking up to Saudi
sucking up to
Arabia and
countries-
Israel? Which is it?
we're
I think
Sucking up to
sucking up to
anybody who will
pursuing
give
America
anybody who
first
will give us a jet or whatever else.
As Trump
That's what we suck
enriches
up to.
himself. I mean,
Well, he's not enriching himself. Trump has flown around on a 757 personally long before he was president.
the jet's going to his library. Michael.
jet's going to his library.
And I mean, we
The
can't even
US is
get
a
into the
middleman.
cryptocurrency right now and the Chinese company that just bought $300 million and what they're building in other countries.
I
God.
think the Democrats are so desperate to find anything to complain about regarding Trump because his policies are so popular that they're pointing out to getting a good deal on an airplane is the worst thing they can accuse him of. Meanwhile, he's getting hundreds.
We're out of time, but I got to ask you something. When you come to LA, if we could have dinner, how long would we last before we're kicked out of the restaurant?
I think when they kick us out, we should go have dinner on that beautiful palatial jet if President Trump will let us. That would be a beautiful dining experience.
Pass. But if you come to LA, we'll go to dinner. How's that?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Enjoy. All right, Michael. Thanks for being with us, man. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks Michael.
guys.
That was a great clip, huh? I agree it was. So ring the bell, subscribe, and then I'll see you on the next one.